Good evening, Munchie Mafia. Today we're going to be making pizza using focaccia, and we're going to be making it from scratch. Got everything all set up here. I'm going to explain all these ingredients that I've got my table littered with. And we have tomatoes, red onions, pineapple, bacon, chicken, garlic, Parmesan, ranch dressing, uh, Italian herbs, some rosemary, some more Italian herbs and rosemary. We have our yeast, our flour. It already has the salt in there. This is the oil. Then we also have cream cheese, tomato sauce, and tomato paste. So the first thing that we're going to do is start firing this up. Actually, no, we're not going to start firing that up. What am I thinking? I need to get some water real quick. I'll be right back. That should take so long to get hot water out of this tap. Okay, I am back. And let's see here. Let's scoot some stuff over for a second. I think I need a bigger table, guys. All right. So, where's my scale? My scale, we're going to use a scale here. I prefer to use scales instead of measuring cups because that way I know that we're getting the right amount of ingredients. And when it comes to baking and pastry, it's more of a science than it is just throwing a bunch of things together and praying. So let's see. I need this little booger. Don't need that one yet. I need my measuring cup. And what we're going to do is we are going to tear out our scale. And the recipe actually comes from a book called The Pastry Chef's Little Black Book. There's 2 volumes of this. This is volume 1, and volume 2 is something that we don't I don't usually recommend to the average person unless you make a lot of ice creams and frozen things. The second one is just full of that, but this one here is a wonderful, wonderful book. It's actually better than the CIA's baking and pastry book. It was actually written by pastry chefs. Okay, so what we need is a little bit of sugar. I usually say about a teaspoon of sugar. So we're going to just pop that right in there. We don't need that anymore. Now, make sure that the scale says 0. And we're going to measure out 540 grams of water, which I think comes out to 2 cups. And you don't want to get your water hotter than 105 degrees, by the way. Okay, so yes, 2 cups. Put that over there. Now we're going to take our yeast, and that's 20 grams of yeast. Comes out to 3 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to mix it up, and it's going to sit on the stove for a little bit because it's got to get happy. And what I mean by happy is it needs to needs to activate. And always check your expiration date on your yeasts, um, to make sure that you're not using something that is expired. Although sometimes, if they're kept in refrigeration, your yeast, they can actually stretch just a little bit longer. But I would not trust it. But one good way to find out is if it's still any good is you just give it a little bit of sugar, give it its water, and let it sit there, and you'll start seeing some gases forming on the top of it, which is all the little bubbles and stuff. So you don't want to agitate this too much. This one's a little on the lumpy side. I usually use fresh yeast, which is little tiny, they almost kind of look like big bouillon cubes. Um, that's the type that I like to use. But alas, we live out in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes it's a little hard to find certain ingredients. So, just do your best. I bought a 1 pound package at Costco, and think it came up to like $8, which is cheaper than buying one of the little glass jars, which is about the same price. But so if you do a lot of baking, that's the best way to go. Okay, so there's that, and it's all mixed together, and it just looks like almond milk of sorts, I guess, or oat milk. Actually, it looks more like oat milk. So we're gonna just kind of set it over here. My oven is preheated, so I'm gonna just set it there in a nice, warm, happy place and let it do its little jiggy thing, and then we'll be good to go. So let's see here. Who do we have? We've got Tiger, Ash, John SS, Captain Brian, Kayla. Hi, everybody. And just a shout out to some people. We have the Food Boat, Andy with the Menorcan mullet, Mason Hiffner, and Polish Cha-Cha Fishing. If you go to my main channel, you can find their links to their channels. They're a bunch of really incredible guys, and I want to thank Captain Brian, Timmy, and Tiger for modding for this channel. Really appreciate all the help that I've been getting from all of you guys. Love you a long time. Okay, so let's see here. Who else do we have? Okay, so let's take a look and see what this is doing. So it's starting to get a little bit of bubbles, and it looks like it's kind of dancing around a little bit. If you look into the thing, I don't know if I could show it to you. I don't know how well the resolution is going to be for that sort of thing. See, if I can try to hold it as still as humanly possible, you can actually start seeing some movement in there while it's creating its little happy dance. Okay, so I'm actually making 2 pizzas because Timmy might not like the chicken bacon ranch. He's a pepperoni and pineapple kind of guy. So we're actually going to be making 2 pizzas tonight. One's just for him and one's for me, and maybe he might try it. I don't know. No foam equals dead yeast. Yes, that's right. Oh, Kayla, aka Anna Savage. Hello, darling. So yes, Tiger is right. No foam, dead yeast. Sometimes I'll foam a little bit and it's kind of half dead. So if it's like that, then just throw it out. Or you got your water too hot, or it's not warm enough. So this here is the Bosch Universal Plus 800-watt mixer. This thing right here that's attached to it is a little area where you can stick a food processor or a blender. I don't have those attachments, but you just lift that up and it's right there. I love this. I love this machine a lot. Um, it's just really kind of cool. Doesn't weigh a hell of a lot, but it's made by Bosch. I will include a link on my website so that you can easily find it. I got it on Amazon, and it came with a whole bunch of other little accessories besides the dough hook. And the thing that I love is that it's got two lids to it. It's like it doesn't make a mess. It's like you turn it on, and it's like it just stuff doesn't fly all over the place like a KitchenAid. And I have a tendency to break KitchenAids, just like I do food processors. So this is the dough hook. It's pretty sturdy, so it just sits right down in there. And I hope y'all like pizza. This is like a pizza that's been like a favorite of my residents that I used to cook for. They just absolutely love this pizza. And this is really starting to foam. We're going to just give it another minute or two. So I got some of my gluten-free flour, still waiting on the other one. It was supposed to arrive today, but then again, because of the weather that's been all over the other side of the United States, I'm sure it's probably delayed. So I'm really, really, truly hoping to be able to do gluten-free cookies for you live toward the end of the week. Let's see how long it's going to take for my flour to show up. It might even be up at the post office. Who knows? Yes, it mixes from the bottom. The motor is down here, and it only has a few speeds, but that's all you really need. You can actually make like multiple batches of chocolate chip cookies or whatever kind of cookie you want to make in this mixer, and it doesn't have any trouble whatsoever. One of the things that I don't like so much about the KitchenAids is that you have to scrape and scrape and scrape the bottom of it, because for some reason the balloon whisk and the paddle attachment just doesn't quite seem to fit all the way down in there and get everything out and mixed up with everything else. What we're using is bread flour. And if you don't have bread flour, you can use all-purpose. Or you can use a combination of the two. So we're just going to get that started. We're going to just stick that baby right in there. And look, it's my bowl tiger. I know how much you love my bowls. Got lots and lots and lots of bowls. All right. So there's that shield, and then this one just snaps on. There we go, just like that. I don't have to worry about flour getting all over everything. But then again, who knows? I have a tendency to make a mess of everything. Wreck-It Ralph is in the house. Okay. Oh, cool, Captain Brian. That's one thing I don't have is a bread machine, but I do have a proofer. It's made by Broden Taylor, and it's a folding proofer. You can also use it to temper chocolate and also make yogurt in it as well. But it's for proofing doughs. But today wasn't such a bad thing. It seemed to go just fine. Some of the problems that I have is with like brioches and stuff like that. Some of the more heartier doughs. Okay. Yes, bowl envy. There we go. All right, so now we got foam. We got lots of foam. We got a good chunk of foam right here, just like that. See? Just like so. So what we're going to do, I already added the salt to that. And sugar helps to feed the yeast to activate it. So you need to add some sugar. All right, so now we're just going to start streaming it in there. One of the other nice things I love so much about this mixer is being able to, pour everything in from the absolute top without having the motor sitting right in my way. Okay, there's that. Oops. All right. Now we got the oil, which is a half cup of olive oil, and we're just going to start streaming that in. We don't want to start it on a high speed. We want to just let it, just twirly around a little bit here and there for a little while, and get it everything kind of mix in. Hi, Derek. So nice to see you. All right, so next we're going to take I like to add my herbs into the dough as well as into the sauce bases. So this is 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, and this is 1 tablespoon of rosemary. These are just dry herbs. Again, half hour to get to a grocery store. Whoops, making too much noise. All right. We're just going to stop it for just a moment. I'm a little clumsy and kind of threw the herbs all over the top of the paddle. Let's see here. Where did I put that? I put it over here. Here we go. Push it down just a little bit. Do do do. Do 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 do. So this is going to mix for about 3 to 5 minutes. This table's about ready to take off. All right, let's take a looky. Pokey, pokey, pokey. That looks good. Looks good. Okay, let's get these out of the way. Now, where did I put that other bowl? Oh, I put it in the sink. I'm a dingling. I'm a dingling. All right. Guess we're gonna have to get another bowl, which is not as nice as the other ones. This one here is just a regular run-of-the-mill stainless steel bowl. I think I got it at Cash and Carry years and years and years ago. It's been dropped. It's been thrown. So it's got some dents in it. Not so much dents, but a little bit of character. Okay, let's get rid of that. Now, one of the things that we want to do is we want to also put some oil into our bowl. In this way, it doesn't stick. So it's like couple tablespoons of oil. And we're just gonna kind of move it around a little bit here and there. Just like that. Just let it travel around all over the bowl. Now, usually rest period is about an hour, but okay, let me get this out of the way. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It's got suction cups on the base, so that it doesn't go sliding around all over the table. But I pre-made a dough earlier, so that we can just get right to it, and then we can have a little bit of story time. All right, go. So this one's going to actually end up becoming tomorrow's focaccia. Maybe I'll do an actual video, not a live, but a video on my fancy grilled cheese, and we'll use this as our bread. But as you can see, this is just glistening, all nice and pretty, and it's nice and soft and pliable. It's got lots of the herbs in it, just like that. So I like to stick my finger in the middle and just kind of wiggle it around, finger bang it, and that way we can see how much it's risen over time. And I just need to open up my junk drawer. Plastic wrap, we want to make sure that there's a good seal on it. So this little cascading 3-bowl set is our mise en place for the pizzas. So Derek of the Food Boat's been working really hard on this new product. It's a chicken bacon ranch sausage. He's been working pretty hard on that, and I was telling him earlier today it would be really cool if I had some of that sausage to throw onto the pizza. But we don't have it. All right. So there we have it. Now we just stick it in a spot somewhere. We don't want to put it on the burner because then it's gonna rise and then it's gonna die. All right, let me get this out of the way. So after it's been doing its thing, it's gonna look like this. We're back to the fancy bowl tiger. Look at that. Oh. Okay, so this here will make two. These are actual half sheet pans. These ones are made by Nordic Ware, and I got them at Costco. They're really nice, but they're real sheet pans. They're not the ones that you would find at like Target or Walmart that are not full size sheet pan or full half size sheet pan. So what we're going to do next is we're going to start getting these pans ready, and we're going to take the olive oil and we're going to drizzle some into the bottom of the pan. You can never have too much, but at the same time you can have too much, if that makes sense. So we're just going to move this around, make sure that the bottom is covered. Now these are new pans. They haven't been used all that much. I think I've gotten maybe 5 uses out of each, so they might stick a little bit, which could be kind of comical. Okay, so there's that one. Now we're going to go to this next one. This one I don't think has been used at all yet. So you want to give it a pretty good heavy dose of oil on each one. And now I'm all sticky. and slimy. Don't like that feeling. I don't like things on my hands like that. Okay, so doo, doo, doo. All right, so now we're gonna have to eyeball this. Need to make sure that we get half for one pan and half for another. So you just kind of eyeball it. There we go. Okay, so this has been relaxing and just chilling out in the bowl for about an hour, hour and a half, maybe a little longer. I don't know. I kind of lost track of time. So when we move it, we don't want to stretch it. We just want to push it toward the edges. And at some point, it's going to say, "Okay, I give up. I'm going to just stay where I want, where you're putting me." Whoops. Hey, that could have been an accident. That could have been fun. Not. Okay. So, and just get in there with your fingertips and just start mashing it in there, but don't mash it too hard. You want to put dimples in it with your fingers. It's actually a fun project for the family, you know. So if you got kids that are about 8 to 10 or a little older, they love to play with the dough because it's kind of fun, but it's so delicious. And one of the nice things is that you know what ingredients you're putting into your dishes. You can control all the salt and all the sugars and eliminate those chemicals that are unnecessary in some of those commercial doughs that are out there. Some of the lower end pizza places or places that sell pizza but aren't necessarily pizza places. They might have a lot of stuff in their unnecessary ingredients in their flour or in their crusts. Used to work at a bowling alley, and we used to get these doughs or these pizzas. We didn't have the ingredients or the manpower to be able to make those from scratch, even though I wanted to badly. But big standing mixer is pretty expensive, and asking for one of those was like pulling teeth. So we ordered these frozen pizza crusts from Cisco, and about the time that we started coming back from the pandemic, we were having problems obtaining those. So they were being imported from Canada, and for some strange reason, they just didn't taste the same as the ones that were made here in the United States. They weren't Riches. They were some other. They were actually fairly decent for a frozen product. And par baked too, but I like to do scratch. But we had a lot of pizza parties at the bowling alley, so not enough space. Okay, so see how it kind of just gave up and said, "Okay, fine, I'll just go to the corners." So we're gonna let that sit and rest for a few minutes. I'll just set that right there. We'll get the other pan. See how our oil's doing. Alrighty, get rid of this other bowl. But anyway, so the reason why it tasted different was that there's some ingredients that was in the crust that is actually banned in Canada. So they lacked that ingredient. It was more of a texture thing than taste. I might have short sheeted this one a little bit. But that's okay. I mean, if it doesn't turn out perfect, if it doesn't go all the way to the corners without, leaving little holes in the, in the center, then it's okay. Because it's going to have to sit and rise for a few minutes or so anyway. Um, so yeah, it was bizarre. So I had to go and find a whole other product entirely, because when the pandemic happened, when we started opening back up to customers, when we could actually have customers come in the door and dine, even though there was like a 6 foot distance that that you had to maintain. Um, a lot of people didn't come back, and it really hurt businesses a lot. I mean, yeah, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it hurt businesses, and being very insensitive to the people who died. That's not the case. I mean, a lot of people had died. I caught COVID once, which was weird because Timmy didn't catch it from me, even though I didn't I didn't I didn't isolate from him, because I figured, oh, who knows how long I've had it. He's already been exposed to it. Maybe the virus was just afraid of him or something. I don't know, because he is kind of an intimidating guy. Um, anyhow, I'm cussing at the screen again. What am I doing? Why? Tattooed moose? What? This is making me want to clean up my pizza oven. That one? Oh, yeah. This does really well in a pizza oven, by the way. I want to build an outdoor pizza oven. Maybe if I get this job, I can actually start that project. Speaking of which, I've got a second interview tomorrow, even though I sounded like a complete and utter dork during my first interview. They contacted me again an hour later and asked me if I was still interested, would I like to have a second interview? And I said, of course, absolutely, I would love that. So that's what happened yesterday. That's what's happening tomorrow. So, yay. It's not cooking for seniors. It's cooking for high schoolers. Um, be the food service director is the position that I applied for. Um, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yes, I am cussing at the screen because I would love to have an outdoor pizza oven, Derek. It really would. Okay, so let's get another bowl and the other bowl. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the cream cheese. We're going to put that in the bigger bowl because this one makes a bigger mess. So there's that. Throw that in garbage. And now we're going to just take just a regular ranch dressing. Doesn't matter what brand. This is just grocery store brand because I told Timmy just get a cheap thing. Okay, so that is one brick of cream cheese, and then we're just going to start there. That's about a cup of a ranch dressing. And it's funny, Derek, because I know that everybody has heard me say I hate ranch. I actually love this. This is amazing. So let's get need that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mix this together. And then we're going to see where we're at as far as texture is concerned. As you can add more if you want, or less. Or you could just take the cream cheese and splash a little buttermilk in it and use one of the Hidden Valley Ranch packets. You could do that too. It's up to you. I'm not going to judge. But please, if you do make this at home for your families, take a picture and send it to me so I could see what you're doing. Um, I love pictures. So my email is chefcivvy@gmail.com. You can also find that on that email on my website, which is chefcivvy.com. Okay, so we want to just mash it around so that we get all that cream cheese mixed together. I wonder if I got a ranch packet around here. No, probably not. So I don't eat ranch. Thank you, Tiger. So Tiger just threw up my email address. Okay. So that's what this looks like. We don't want it too thin or else it can create a mess. Okay. So let's set that right there. The next one is we're going to take about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Put that away. Don't need it no more. Okay. And now we are going to take the herbs. Take the garlic. You know what? I'm going to throw some of this garlic in this one too. It'd be like a garlic ranch sauce. And one of my other favorite pizzas to make is called a taco pizza. And what I use is refried beans as the base with some a little bit of sour cream mixed in and some salsa. And I'll put that down and then put the cheese on top of that, and then ground beef or cooked ground beef with some taco seasoning and or chicken. And then you put other things on there like tomato and onion and cilantro if you want, jalapeno peppers if you want, bell peppers, basically anything that you would find in a taco salad. And then you just throw all that on top and pop it in the oven. When it comes out, sprinkle some shredded lettuce on top. Give it a drizzle of cilantro lime crema if you want, or guacamole, or you can just, litter it with a whole bunch of avocado. And if you take some Cool Ranch Doritos and you take the little, the crumbs that's down on the bottom of the bag and you just sprinkle it over the top of that. Oh my God, it's so good. And then just have like a salsa on the side to sprinkle on there. Should people want the salsa on their pizza. Okay, so there's that. Now we are going to take 1 can of tomato sauce, and that is a 15 ounce. And tomato paste. This one is a 12-ounce can. Now there could be some leftovers. What I like to do is I like to just pop it on the stove in a little pan, heat it up, and use that for dipping the pizza. So now we're going to just mix that together. We want to adjust it with salt. There's my bowl of salt. Looks like I need to refill my salt. So about a teaspoon should be enough. And we're just going to mix that together. Now, if you were making 2 pizzas with red sauce, this would be enough for the 2 pizzas. But if you're just doing one of a different type of base sauce and one traditional red sauce, then just heat up the remainder and just let people use it for dipping if they choose. Okay, so that's ready to go. Clean up my mess here. I don't have a garbage can. Get rid of that. Let's take a look-see. So that's what the doughs look like. And what we're going to do is we're going to par bake these. And it's going to be in the oven for about 12 minutes at 400 degrees. The temperature of the dough to determine how, if it's done in, oh shoot, what the hell? Well, that was stupid. To determine if your doughs are done with this recipe, you want to do 205 to 210 degrees internal temperature. I purposely screwed up a cast iron pan so that I can show you guys how to bring that back to life. Some people had been asking me, how do you fix a rusty pan? But I forgot to take them out of the oven. So we're going to set the timer for 12 minutes. I am a bad sense of time. Okay. Let's see how everybody's doing. Frozen is better than no pizza. Well, nah. I don't know about that. All right. So get this turned around. Get this out of the way. Clean off our table. Start getting our cheeses and stuff out. Now, when it comes to the chicken bacon ranch, I like to use multiple kinds of cheese. Whereas with, just traditional pizza, it's just mozzarella. So this is a cheddar jack mix, and it's feather shredded. There's also Parmesan. It's also going to get sprinkled on there, and then there's mozzarella. And I do a 1-to-1 ratio of the 2 types of cheese. I need a 12-year-old to open this bag for me. Goodness gracious, what the hell? Honey, do you need the scissors? Okay. So I got a new toy in the mail. And this is the toy. And what you do is you stab a potato in there, and then you cut in between the little things. And it creates Hasselback potatoes. Just makes it so much easier because my hand-eye coordination isn't the greatest anymore. I think I'm just getting too old for this. So I always end up, making all sorts of funny cuts for those. So that'll be a fun one to do. Planning on doing that with the beer battered fish. I'm going to do cod, and I think that's going to be next week sometime. So how's everybody doing? Hi, main girl. Nice to see you. Hormel. Throw that back in the fridge. We don't need that one. Let's you can tell, I shop at Costco. There's only two of us, but then again, we're going to be eating pizza for a few days. Not that I'm complaining, because I've been like seriously craving pizza for almost a week now. I loves my pizzas. Doesn't love me though, but that's okay. All right. It's just standard run-of-the-mill Hormel pepperoni. Live out in the middle of nowhere. It's hard to find, the primo stuff sometimes. I don't even know where the nearest metropolitan market or Whole Foods is around here. Hi, mean girl. Are you going to stay and watch the pizza? Actually, not a bad product. It's not bougie, but it works. All right. Cheese and cheese and cheese and pepperoni and chicken and bacon. So I cooked off my bacon. I didn't go too overboard. That's what it looks like right there. It's got some color to it. And it's done, but it's not, turning to ash in my mouth. That's about what you want. And then I sauteed up some chicken breast in the bacon fat, of course, because why waste the bacon fat? I love bacon fat. I just love bacon. All right. Yes, Tiger. We've talked about this. I hate ranch. But I like it on this pizza. So I'm working on a calendar for February so that everybody could see what all is coming up a whole month in advance, or weeks in advance. Hoping to get that published next day or two. It'll be on my website. And yeah. So story time. We've got a total of 6 minutes to waste here. Yes, or the Munty Mafia Discord. Should be posted there too. So we got our ceiling fixed. In case you didn't hear, we had a waterfall coming through our ceiling. A bunch of the ceiling came down too in that one area. And 2 visits from the roofer, and I think we finally got it, but we still have a gaping hole in the ceiling. And I kept hearing dripping noises, but it was actually the rain hitting the shingles. So I had a little bit of PTSD this morning. Woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning when I didn't need to, because of that. Just scared the crap out of me. I thought that the whole house was going to collapse or something. Had a big major panic attack over that. What on earth? Yeah. Um, so what other things would you all like to see me cook? Anybody have any ideas? taco pizza. You want to see that one? Okay. That's a real fun one. I really love that one. It looks really fancy. Yeah, I even make my own taco seasoning. So I could post that recipe up for you. Possum and possum grease gravy? No, no possum. No. Potluck ideas, yes. And sinigang. Okay. Okay, Anna. Sinigang. I can definitely try to do that. All right, so we got 4 minutes, and then we're gonna start pulling pizzas out. We're gonna actually test the temperature. Um, the thermometer that I use is Lava Tools. This is the Javelin. There's also another cool one that they have that is actually ambidextrous. It depending on which hand you stick it in, it's like it'll rotate the screen. Welcome back, Derek. Oh yeah, your pet possum, Larry. You used to keep him in the closet. This was before my time. And when I say before my time, that doesn't mean before I was born, even though Timmy's, older than me. It was before the two of us had met, I think. So we're going to take a peek at our other dough here, and I poked a hole down to the bottom of it, and as you can see, it's doing quite well. The hole's still there, but it doesn't go all the way down. It's actually pretty close to getting to where it needs to be. And then what we're going to do is um, stick it in the fridge, and that way it doesn't continue to bloom. And in case you want to make these in advance, what you could do is you can either put the doughs into baggies and then put them in the freezer. If you're not going to use them right away, usually the dough survives about 2 or 3 days before it starts to turn gray and icky. But you want to make sure that you coat the whole thing with a good coat of olive oil before putting it in the bag. That will help to keep it from developing a crust should there be air that gets into the bag, because sometimes those Ziploc bags don't always seal perfectly. All right, so we're at 1 minute. I'm going to stick the thermometer in there. Come here, you. Normally, when you're making focaccia, what you do is you slather oil over the top of it before putting it in the oven. But when you're doing pizzas, you don't have to do that. I mean, you can. It definitely likes the oil. All right, let's set that one aside for a moment. Beep, beep, beep. Okay. So we'll start with the chicken bacon ranch. So we're going to take this and we're just going to glop it on. Also, another thing when it comes to baking and pastry, the humidity and the ambient temperature can definitely work to your benefit or work to your detriment. Higher humidity, not a good time to do confections. Okay, so ended up with extra, which isn't a big deal. Here, we'll just Slather a little bit extra on there. Okay, there we go. There's that. Set that over here. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Parmesan. I'm going to go straight over the top of that. Just a sprinkle. I love Parmesan. It's so delicious. Looks like I kind of missed a spot. A little too aggressive with the smearing. There we go. Okay. Close that up. Now, what I like to do is I like to go with the mozzarella next. And you don't want to go too heavy on the cheese because that takes longer, and then you run the risk of your pizza getting burnt on the bottom. So now on top of all of it, you don't want to put the heavier amount of cheese in the middle, because when it cooks, the cheese goes inward. So just go a little lighter in the middle. Unless of course your floor is just not level. And if that's the case, I don't know what to tell you. Short of maybe calling a contractor, I don't know. So we've got that. Now we're going to go with the cheddar jack. You can also use the cheddar and pepper jack if you want. Give it a little bit more kick. I mean, you can pretty much put just about anything on there. If you want jalapenos, habaneros, whatever, you could do that, definitely. Hi, Andy. We are cooking chicken bacon ranch pizzas. We made the dough from scratch. And the base is ranch dressing and cream cheese mixed together. And then we got the mozzarella cheese, and then we have cheddar and jack cheese. So next, we're going to go with the meats. We're going to go with the chicken first. We're just going to plop it right on there and then spread it out. And I like mine in big chunks. I like lots of chicken. This is approximately 2 chicken breasts right here. And these are hand-cut chicken breasts from the grocery store. All right, so spread them out. Again, everything kind of wants to go that direction, so just kind of, move it around a little bit so that it is where it needs to be. All right, now next is bacon. And this is a double smoked thick bacon. This is about 1/2 pound. And I let it rest in a couple of paper towels. Now I'm all greasy. My dog is going to love me tonight. Probably going to be licking all over my hands. Wouldn't be surprised if they ate my fingers off as I slept. Especially Winston. I don't know what's going on with that cat. Been eating everything in sight. Getting into everything, just being a nuisance. Loving the pieces though. Where's our Dory? Dory! You want nibbles? You want nibbles? Nibbles? Here we go, baby. There you go, honey. Okay. Gotta give some to the doggy. All right, so we got red onion. I like to go chunky with it. I like a lot of onion. I love onions. I could probably eat a whole one all by myself. Prefer it cooked though, but something truly spectacular about smoked onions left whole. Oh God, so delicious. Get nice and soft, and then you hit it with a torch. Okay, there's that. Now we got tomatoes. This is just one tomato. I'm just going to go light on the tomato. Honey, do you want tomato on top of your pizza? On yours?
No.
No? Okay. We'll have it for breakfast. I'll put it in an omelet. Okay, so there's that one. So, just in case. All right. So that's what this looks like. You can put more stuff on it if you want. Like I said, peppers are always good. This is nice and soft. This is what I love about it, is that it's nice and soft. Okay, so now we're going to do Timmy's pizza. Splat, 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 or splat. Move it around with a spoony spoon. And all those little finger dimples that you put into the pizza will soak up some of that sauce, so you'll get these little pockets of extra sauce without it being too overpowering. Okay, there's that. All right, do you want cheddar cheese on yours? Or yeah, okay. A little bit of both, okay. So with this one, I'm going to put the cheddar cheese on the bottom. And this is a feather shred. You don't want the thick stuff. It doesn't melt as good. And some of the generic cheeses can be a bit of a pain because they put cellulose in it to keep it from caking. So sometimes you end up with a gritty cheese. So, you know, what you could do is you could shred your own. I'm just too lazy today. So I'm just going to use this. All right, so there's that. All right, Parmesan. This one I'm going to put in the middle, because who doesn't love Parmesan? Kind of reminds me of that dude that was on AGT, and he had a song about Parmesan. Now I got that song stuck in my head. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just type in AGT Parmesan guy. I don't remember his name, but it was really dorky. But it was kind of brilliant at the same time, but dorky. All right, there's that. Now Timmy likes extra pepperoni. Oopsie. Do not eat. Always make sure that you find that before starting to put your pepperoni on there, because I had a line cook who cooked a pizza off with one of those, and the customer was like, WTF, just screaming at the top of her lungs at me. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So she pulled it out and it was all melted and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God. I ended up having to give her a brand new pizza, and gave her, I think, a couple baskets of French fries just to get her to stop screaming at us. So it was kind of annoying. Alrighty. And one for Sibby. I love pepperoni. So I think Derek was talking a while back about that they make their own pepperoni or something in the house. It's a chicken pepperoni. think you said it was halal. Is that right, Derek? All beef pepperoni. Oh, okay. Which would be nice. I'd like to see that. All right. Spoony spoon, because I am mildly allergic to pineapple, but it's mostly an oral allergy. But usually canned pineapple doesn't really affect me all that much. So I know this is weird. I know that some people get a little triggered by pineapple being on pizza. However, this is Timmy's pizza, not yours. So you shush your mouth. You shush it. You're not eating it, so. We having fun? Wish y'all could be here in my kitchen helping us eat this. You know, open up some bottles of wine and some beer and maybe a couple martinis and Cards Against Humanity and pizzas. Yeah. Hormel is a 1 3/4, and they're using that as a standard. Oh, for size for the beef pepperonis. Is that what you're talking about, Derek? I would love to try that beef pepperoni. All right, we're gonna stick these buggers back in the oven. They're gonna go for, careful, Dory, your nose is getting too close to the oven door. Go. Another 12 minutes. Gives us plenty of time to sit and say hi to one another. Okay, so actually I'm gonna go 13 minutes. That's my lucky number for some strange reason. Okay. Canadian bacon and anchovies. Yes, John SS. I think we've had this discussion about, what kind of anchovies are the good anchovies, and those are the ones that are in the refrigerator case in the seafood section. Come in a little flat plastic container that's about yay big around, about the size of, almost the size of a salad plate. And they're held in oil and lemon juice. And they're white anchovies. They are so delicious. I love those better than the ones in the can or the jars that are shelf stable. Those ones seem very salty, but the white anchovies, they don't have that salty, that extreme salt to it. But at the same time, the texture is so much nicer. It doesn't taste like it's been sitting on a shelf for 10 years. Those ones are really good. So if you do like anchovies, give them a try. If you don't like anchovies, don't even bother. Although one of the pizzas that I do make is a Thai ginger shrimp one, and it's got my Thai ginger sauce and cheese, jalapenos, shrimp, Thai basil. Let's see, what else does it have? Pineapple and mango. It's got a mango puree that goes over the top of it, and then it's got the Napa cabbage that's shredded and tossed in a sesame ginger vinaigrette and some black sesame seed for garnish. And that's one of my favorite pizzas because it's shrimp for one, and two, it's delicious. A little on the sweet side. I tend to gravitate towards sweet. Let's see here. Hi, Viper. How you doing tonight? Hey, Sophie, how are you doing? I didn't see you come in. Did you just come in? Oh, so how did your first turkey turn out, Sophie? Oh, yeah, look at this baby. This thing is growing and growing and growing. And here's the fun part. See that? Now it's going to go poop. It's going to go poop. And it just went poop. All right. What's wrong? Timmy? Huh? Who? Oh, as long as she's not choking. Giving dog Heimlich is hard. Had to do that once. Not fun. Fell down the halal rabbit hole. .75 inches is preferred diameter. Who knew? Oh my goodness. Mind in the gutter there, girl. Mind in the gutter. Well, that's good that your turkey and stuffing came out. I'm so happy for you. I hope you got pictures. I'd like to see pictures. Anybody have any questions? I'll post up the link to that pastry chef's little black book. All right, so who knows what this is? Does anybody know what this is? Yes, it is cream cheese and then ranch dressing, or you could just do cream cheese with a splash of buttermilk to loosen it up a bit, and then add a Hidden Valley Ranch packet to it, whichever way you prefer. Yes, it's for pastries. It's known as an accordion cutter. I love that thing. One of the nice things about having a stainless steel top is that I can just throw the pizza on there and just cut directly on the top. As long as I don't act like Jason Voorhees with the chainsaw or hatchet. It's all good. Move that out of the way too. Yeah, I couldn't live without mine. I just absolutely love it. I don't know how many times I've had to repurchase that because somebody has stolen it. No way to stick Hello Kitty tape all over it to claim it as mine. All right, there we go. Just missed a spot. Missed a spot. Stainless wouldn't have floated away. Yeah, Derek, you're probably right on that one. Have you looked into possibly doing corian for the countertop instead? Because one of the nice things about that is if it gets cracked or chipped, all you have to do is just drill it out and then use the resin to fill it in and buff it out. And basically, it looks like nothing ever happened to it. Dad, dude, yeah. Got 4 minutes left. Oh, there's my Leroy. He's a very big cat. He's 30 pounds. He's very adorable, though, but dumb as a post. So I think we decided on gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. And that's probably either Friday or Saturday. I don't know. I don't know which day. Same time, 4 o'clock, my time, specific time. So if you're on the East Coast, it's 7 o'clock. Got 3 minutes left. I'm just going to take a peek at them. It's getting there. They're looking beautiful. This is so much fun. I'm really enjoying myself. It gives me something to do. Yeah, it's got another about 3 more minutes, Ash. And then we can pull it out, take a lookie, and you guys can stare at these pizzas and hopefully they turn out okay. They should. I've made it this way for a long time. I hate using frozen pizza doughs. But like Timmy said, frozen pizza is better than no pizza. But not really. Let's take a look here, see what's going on. Cool. Sophie, yeah, send it my way. I just accepted on Insta. I think that was Insta. What happened? Okay. I guess Leroy's beating up on Timmy. Already drooling. Yeah, Tiger, you're gonna have to make this for your little harem of onesie women, since they only do cheeseburgers and pizzas. There's also a really awesome version of this pizza that's called the bacon cheeseburger pizza, and it's got ground meat on it, and then bacon and a bunch of different types of cheeses, caramelized onions. You can add jalapeno if you want, and tomato and pickles, and then you just top it with shredded lettuce on top, and then drizzle like a ranch or whatever you want on the top, or just a mayo. And that one's really good. I haven't made that one in a long time. Oh, beep. Alrighty. There we go. We have it. Uno. I know, Dory. Isn't that exciting? The timer went off, baby. All right, Rue. Close. All right. All right, so this one's going to flip out of the pan nicely, I think. Whoops, tore right through it. Damn it. It happened over at the kids' house on Christmas. We made pizzas. Kayla got a KitchenAid stand mixer for Christmas, and I said, "Hey, why don't I teach you and the kids how to make pizza from scratch?" She's like, "Oh, they would love that." And yeah, so we made like I think 6 of these things. 4, I don't know, maybe 5. All right, so that's loose. All right, come on, cut through the chicken. There we go. All right, go. And one of the things is that these are going to be very hot, so you don't want to burn yourself. And to reheat, you can just easily just stick it back in the oven for a few minutes until it's thoroughly reheated, and it works like a champ. All right, so there's this one. Kind of broke apart on me. Whoops. There we go. Just like so. And that's that. That's the chicken bacon ranch. And here's the pepperoni and pineapple. I'm just going to use this. And if you like it a little crispier, you can always, put it in for a little longer. This one I probably could have put in for a little longer. It also depends on your oven if it runs hot or cold. Some ovens have problems. So you want 1 or 2 pieces, honey? Just one for now? Okay, here you go, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So that's that. How do they look, guys? Did you want to try a little piece off this one?
Not right now.
Okay. So yeah, there we go. You know, I think I probably could have put more salt in it. Oh my god, hot. Michael, my burger buddy. How you doing, sweetheart? I haven't seen you in a while. We used to have chats frequently over the years. I've known Michael for probably about 10, 15 years. And it all started with the proper stacking order of a burger. And yeah, it was great talks. We used to chat all the time about stuff. So anybody have any questions? Proper stacking order of a burger. Okay, so you got your bun, you put your sauce down, you put lettuce down on top of that so that it helps to protect the bottom bun from getting soggy and falling apart and making a mess all over. And then you put your toppings on top of the burger, and then the top bun with another with sauce. So that's how you do it. It tastes really good, Tiger. I want to just take the whole thing to bed. Frozen beer battered fish from Sam's Club. Okay, John. Sometimes those things are not bad. I know the ones at Costco aren't bad at all, but I prefer to make them from scratch myself. I like to use certain types of beer for mine. Space Dust has been a thing for me for a while on for fish and chips. Hi, Mason. How are you? I'm kind of worried I hadn't seen you do a live in a while. Hope you're doing okay. We have pizzas here. I wish I could share with everybody. Yes, I definitely do because I put a bunch of garlic into the chicken bacon ranch one into the cream cheese and ranch, and it's just divine. It's like lots of flavor, lots of punch from that garlic. Maybe I could have gone a little bit more on the ranch. I can't believe I'm saying that, but you need a little bit more ranch. Michael. It turned out really great. How you like it, honey? Anyway, so it's coming up on that time, and my Munchie Mafia, I'm going to leave you with a pearl of wisdom. And that pearl of wisdom is the irony of life is that you never get out of it alive. So life is beautiful. Treat yourself well and cook with love and eat with passion. Have a good night.